guys. So, just listening to this podcast here, the bodybuilding.com one, and Sadiq's on today. It's perfect because he's covering his leg workout and just his routine. So, listening to that on the way to the gym, and we're going to hit up Westcoast Iron today. So, I'll catch you guys in
So that's what's great. Slowly but surely, through trial and error, I learned what worked for me and what didn't work for me. 12 years later, I'm still switching trainers. I'm still switching nutritionists and trying new supplements because I'm still learning my body. And that's what is making me really love what I do, is because
just got here to Westcoast Iron, and I just wanted to pass on a message I learned in the podcast today, and a pass info on to you guys just to maybe help some people out with some things. So today, Sadiq, I'm sure many of you guys know him in the classic physique division of the Olympia, and he's an athlete with lots of fans, and many people like him, and he's got a great personality, and I like listening to him. And he was on the podcast today. I played him on the radio, and he goes over the importance of sleep. And I think this is a thing that a lot of people look over, and people say, oh, what supplements you taking, your diet, your training. And he talks about that bodybuilding is really simple, and people overcomplicate it. It's lift heavy, progressively overload your muscle, eat, and you sleep. And so many people don't sleep enough. I mean, you're on the internet all night, you got 4, 5 hours, 3 hours of sleep. It's not going to do it. He talked about how he sleeps 10 to 12 hours a day. So that's a huge component people leave out of their training, of their regimen, and I think it deserves some more attention. So catch you guys in there, and let's hit some legs.
Alright, so back for a little commentary here. So as some of you guys may or may not know, Westcoast Iron is the same building as X Club was before, up in Poco there. So I have a video on X Club as well. If you haven't seen it, there's an older video, and check it out because it's really cool to see how the gym has changed inside and out. This is the new place to train in the Lower Mainland, and in the province, and in West Coast in general. So just a little bit about the ownership that runs the Westcoast Iron, and excuse me if I pronounce any names a little bit wrong here, but I'm trying to go through this the best I can. It's what I found online and from talking to people and just being around there. And one of the owners is IFBB Pro Ron Parlow, who's one of my favorite. He's a mutant athlete and he's great. And if you guys never watched his videos, he does Mutant on a Mission, where he goes around to all of the best gyms in the world. So definitely worth checking out. Other owners include Corey Knox, a provincially qualified physique competitor, Richie Chan, a WBFF pro, Stefan Didoshak, a bodybuilder who just competed for BC at the Ben Weider Legacy Cup, so an accomplished Canadian bodybuilder, and Andrew Coho, involved heavily in the industry, and Maximus Supplements owners also. So definitely an ownership group that knows what they're doing and knows how to make one heck of a gym. As you guys can see, there's so much specialized equipment and an unparalleled hardcore environment, and just an overall sweet spot. So this place is not even close to being done yet, and they're filling the walls with posters and much more memorabilia and bodybuilding motivation pictures, and just much more equipment. And as you guys can see, they do have the one picture of Jay Cutler there, and there will be much more like that, I believe. And I was talking to the guys there, and the metal plates and the high quality machines and dumbbell up to 160 are also really worth mentioning. So without further ado, it's time for some legs. So at first I started off doing these hammer strength leg extensions, which I never really used before, but the one leg isolation was tremendous for the squeeze. I also really like to start the workout off with extensions, just to get the blood flowing and get the good squeeze in my legs. Next I moved on to this outstanding Arsenal hack squat. When I was at the open house, Ron Parlow mentioned this was his favorite hack squat, and I can see why. It's so adjustable and just felt really smooth. So I'm pretty heavy on this, and switched up from going barbell squats for this workout to keep the tension on the legs and keep the strain out of the lower back, keep the pump out of the lower backs. So next I went on to the leg press, and I did this Arsenal one leg press. So this press is really cool because once again, it's so adjustable, and the base is so huge. They used to call it the snowplow. So I had a great contraction on these, and it's always important to train one leg individually to make sure the strength is even, right? So next is a machine that I'm sure many of you have never seen before. So this is a reverse hyperextension, and it is in the same glute and lower back pump. So it's an explosive movement, as you guys can see, and it's tremendously hard. So this is the only gym, to my knowledge, in this area with this machine. So if you guys go check it out, make sure you take advantage of this machine. So next I moved on to the one leg hamstring curl on this Cybex machine. So this is also a great machine where I got a really good squeeze, and I like to treat the hamstrings like biceps. That's the way I look at them, and I always try to squeeze them and stretch them as much as possible and really get the blood right in that hamstring. So lastly, I finished off with some calves, starting with this calf press variation I did on the hack squat here. And if you guys have never seen this before, I found it to be the best because the stretch at the bottom is unmatched by any other calf press I've done. So if you haven't tried this, give it a try. It's really, really good exercise. And lastly, I finished off with some standard donkey calf raises. And this is also a machine I've really grown to enjoy. And every time I do it, I kind of think of how Arnold and the guys back in the 80s used to do this with people on their back. And I try to really get into the calves and think about them as much as I can. So I'm not doing my standard ratings on this gym because it's not even close to done yet. And it's not really a gym where I'm rating kind of on, because it's not comparable to any other gyms that I've done before. So this is kind of on leave its own, and maybe I will come back one day and do another rating on it when it's all done and all the rates and hours and everything are in stone. But I thought it'd be cool just to show you guys kind of what's going on in this gym, and I know it's been all over social media. So I just wanted to show you guys how it's like in there, the environment, and it is open till 10 every day, and then it's $34.99 a month for the year contract, which is a great deal, I believe, for what you get out of here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you guys enjoyed seeing inside the gym here. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time.